Rohan Dominguez, and this is my design matrix of different seating areas I have discovered. So at the bottom, I'll just start with showing you the different seating areas. So we have number one, which is a dining table. Number two, which is the Vista del Sol at ASU outdoor patio. Third is right here, the ASU Barracks Lounge or Honors Hall. Number four is the Burning Bee Cafe and ASU Barrett Lounge. And then number five over here is dorm common area, my dorm common area. So I'll go over each category first, starting from comfortability all the way to aesthetics. So for comfortability, I gave the dining table an 8 because it's made out of a nice material that you can sit on. I've sat on it many times. It's very comfortable. I gave it an 8 instead of a 9 or a 10 just because it's a little unsturdy. Like the chairs are made out of wood, so it can kind of get a little unsturdy at certain areas, and the back plate is like it's sort of flat, which is a little bit uncomfortable, but overall it is very comfortable compared to many other seating areas. Vista patio, I gave that a 2 because it's made out of metal. There's a lot of gaps in the seat, which make it uncomfortable. Most of the chairs and tables are wobbly, so it's really not that comfortable. I gave the Barrett Lounge a 9 because the chairs are made out of a very comfortable leather. Your back is very well supported, so is your neck. And it's probably one of the most comfortable chairs I've sat on. The Burning Bee Cafe is rated a 5 because yes, there's cushion for your glutes, but the chairs are made out of plastic. They're a little bit wobbly and unstable, so I'd rate it about average. In the dorm common area, it's comfortable. It's a little bit more comfortable than the Burning Bee Cafe, but the back support, there's no cushion on the back, so it's, just like behind where your back is, just like a big gap of air, so it's not that comfortable. For cost, I'm giving the dining table an 8 because it is a nice dining table made out of nice wood, so that brings it up to an 8 on cost. So because it is a nice dining table, I'd give it a 4. For the Vista patio, I'm also giving it a 4. Even though it doesn't look the best, it is still made out of metal, and metals are very expensive material. The Barrett Lounge is also getting a 5, a little bit higher than the metal because it's made out of leather, and it's a very nice leather, so that's why I'd give it a 5 instead of anything higher. The Burning Bee Cafe, I'd give it a 5 just because of the abundance of chairs and the abundance of tables. But they're also made out of plastic, so it's not the most cheap, but it's not the most expensive thing either. And for the dorm common area, I'd give that a 9. We know that the quality of materials used in the dorms are not always going to be the best, which is why I'd give it a 9, meaning it's very cheap to make. And as you would expect, if you would sit down on it, you would understand and know. For environmental impact, I'd give the dining table a 6. Even though it's made out of wood and that requires chop down trees, the chairs are made out of a sustainable material and cotton. For the Vista patio, I'm giving it a 7 for environmental impact because it is used. It was made primarily out of recycled metals, so these metals were used previously in other materials or items, so they were not just mined just for this chair. I'm giving the Barrett Lounge a 5 for environmental impact because the leather used in these chairs require, the killing of animals and the killing of cows, which is not so good on environmental impact. For the Burning Bee Cafe, I'm giving it an 8, which is higher on the environmental impact score because it is used out of plastics. And the cushions on the chairs are made out of a cotton material that is very renewable. For the dorm common area, it's also made out of a nice cotton material, but it's not as high as the Burnaby Cafe. The Burnaby Cafe, since a chair in the back also uses a leather cushion and some wood on the legs of the chair. For safety, I'm giving the dining table a 4 because, as stated previously, the backboards are not super thin. There's also that chair which has no back support, and the legs can get kind of wobbly. So if you're a young child and you're messing around, you could end up falling. Vista Patio, I'm giving it a 5, just slightly better because the metal chairs are a little bit more sturdy, but they're still pretty unstable in the grand scheme of things. And the chairs are not completely, these are big, heavy metal tables, and they're not completely like sealed into the ground. 9, I'd give the Barrett Lounge a 9 because the cushions are very sturdy. The couches are not going to move at all, and it gives nice back support. So you're going to be very comfortable and not hurt your back. Burnaby Cafe, I'd give a 7. So slightly worse than the Barrett Lounge because the chairs not have a nice curvature around the back, so you're not going to fall off the chair. I'm going to give the dorm common area an 8 because it's also, just like the Barrett Lounge, very sturdy. The couch is not going to move, and it provides decent back support. For sustainability, I'm going to give the dining table a 6 just because there's a lot of wood used compared to other tables, even though it is cotton. So that prevents the score from being even lower. I'd give sustainability the Vista del Sol patio a sustainability score of 8 because it is using primarily recycled metal. Barrett Lounge, I'd give a 3 because of its high use of leather. Burnaby Cafe, I would give a 7 because of its use of plastic and renewable cotton materials. And the same for the dorm common area. I'd also give it 7 for those same reasons, but not higher than that because of its use of wood. Social impact, I'd give the dining table a 7 because it's a good area to communicate with your family. 8, ranking to Vista del Sol patio because it allows you to hang out with your friends on college campus. Same thing with the Barrett Lounge, but I'd rank that a little higher because the Barrett Lounge is a lot bigger. There's a lot more areas to do, and there's a lot more seating areas that look just like this. Burnaby Cafe, I'd give a 7. Slightly worse, even though it is in the Barrett Lounge. It would be slightly worse because it's primarily a study area, so you're not really socializing. Dorm common area, nobody really uses this. As you can see, it's not that decorated. But if it were to be used, it'd have a good social impact. But for now, it is not used. Function, I'd give the dining table an 8 because it's good at what it does. It provides an area for you to eat and socialize with family. Function, for the Vista patio, I'd give a 7 because it is outdoors, so during the summer months, it's not used that much. But at the end of the day, it does its job at an above average level. 9 for the Vista, for the Barrett Lounge because it's very comfortable and a nice area to hang out with friends. Burnaby Cafe would be a 7. There's a coffee shop right next to it, and it's a great area to study. For the dorm common area, I give it a 6 because of its low comfortability and low usage rates. I give it a 6 for function, but at the end of the day, if you wanted to watch TV or socialize, it would do its job at an above average level. For aesthetics, I'd give the dining table a 9. It's made out of a nice wooden material. It has a nice porcelain. It has a nice bowl in the center, and the chairs are a nice color that complement the brown of the wood. For 3, I give the Vista patio. As you can see, there's visible dirt and dust marks on one of the tables, and the metals aren't as shiny as it could be. For Barrett Lounge, I'd give it a 7 because it is made of a nice brown material, but some of the chairs are a little bit unkept and have a little bit of cuts in them, so they're not to the utmost standard of a couch chair. The Burning Bee Cafe would get an 8 for aesthetics because the chairs have nice colors of orange and green, and the back support and the legs of the chairs are a nice black color. And for the dorm common area, I'd give it a 4 because it's a below average couch. The couch has an interesting brown grayish color, and the dark brown leather of with the light brown legs of the chair in the back do not really go well. They do not really complement each other. Thank you for listening.